Do you have an upcoming management interview and you want to convince the panel that you are the right fit for the job? My name is Perminus Wainaina. I'm the managing partner here at Corporate Staffing Services, where on a day-to-day basis, we interact with the employers looking to hire senior professionals. And it's from my experience interviewing senior professionals that I'll be able to share with you the best tips on how you can be able to approach management interviews. Now, when it comes to management interviews, remember it's not just the position that you're being interviewed for. The employer or the panel, they'll be very much interested to see whether you have the important soft skills that are required for someone at that level. So what are some of the things that you need to pay attention to when it comes to management interview? My first point is that ensure that you understand the company needs. You need to go over and beyond the position that you're being interviewed for and look at the bigger picture, what are the company needs? For example, look at the competition. Look at the industry that the company in. Is the industry going through changes? Okay, and these changes could be competition, it could be regulatory changes, in terms of the law. It could be issues to do with staff attraction and retention. So a good example is the telecom industry. So telecom industry has been a very competitive industry here in Kenya. So if I'm interviewing you for management position, one of the things that I'll have in mind is I would want to understand, do you understand where we fit in terms of the competition and how we can even be able to stand out? So always understand the company needs in detail. Don't just focus on the position that you are being interviewed for. The other thing to remember is that you should be able to bring out clearly your leadership ability. Remember, when it comes to leadership position, your results will not only be measured at the individual level, but it will also be measured at the team level. So the interviewer, indirectly, they would want to know, do you possess the right leadership skills? Can you be able to motivate a team? Can you be able to delegate? Can you be able to bring the team together? So ensure that you are able to demonstrate your leadership skills as much as possible. And the best way to go about this is be able to showcase how you've led a team before in ensuring that they achieve the organizational goals. A lot of candidates that I interview, I see them making one main mistake when it comes to answering management interview. And this is where they don't provide examples, to back up their points. So point number 3 is always provide examples. So for example, it's not enough for you to say that you've been a leader. Let us know, how big a team have you managed? It's not enough for you to say that you understand the company needs. Tell them of the research you've done. Tell them of the exposure you had. So talk about figures and percentages. That's the business language. Don't just be comfortable with giving your answers and you're not backing them with examples. Because what is the sense of you giving 10 points? If I ask you, tell me over time you handled change. If you just tell me, yes, when I was working for this IT company, we did this and this, and this was the outcome. It's not enough for you to just state. What counts is you going deep and really just choosing one point to focus on, and then you give as many, you support it with your examples. Now, if you've been able to understand the company needs and you are sure that you can be able to bring them out clearly in an interview, and you've also gone back and focused on your leadership ability, and also you now are able to provide example, the other point I would want you to remember is that when you're answering the interview questions, always make sure you match your skills for the job that you're being interviewed. And what does this mean? This means looking back at your career, looking back at your experience, and asking yourself, where have I worked? And I've been able to acquire the skills that are required for this position. such that if you've worked in, let's say, 3 or 4 institutions as a manager, and only one is a good fit or a good match for the position that you're being interviewed, then it goes without saying that that's the position that you should be able to talk about when you're answering the interview question. So with that, the interviewer or the panel will be able to see that there's a good fit between what they are looking for and what you've been able to do in the past. If you follow these 4 tips, I can guarantee you that next time you're attending a management interview, you're going to do a good job, you'll be able to impress the interviewer, and you're going to get the offer letter.